it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today starts another reading vlog, so stay tuned. So it is a Tuesday, April 30th. Well, actually, technically it is now Wednesday, May 1st. But it's just a little after midnight. So I didn't really vlog anything yesterday because mostly I just edited all day. My reading vlog for last week was another one of those videos that I had 2 hours of footage, and I managed to get it down to an hour-long video, but I had a lot to show in that video. There was like book hauls, and I had y'all come with me to the farmer's market and to the carnival and just to all kinds of fun things. I do have some fun things going on this week. I don't know if it's going to be quite as much as last week, but it's still going to be fun. So today I finished 2 books. Yay! Go me. I finished The Dazzling Heights by Katharine McGee, which, oh my gosh, I give this book 5 stars. Holy cow. The last little bit of this book, whew, I like finished the book and I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. Okay. Alright, so in The 1,000th Floor, it starts out with a girl falling from the 1,000th floor and dying. And the way it ended was a cover-up. And it kind of led us to believe that this book would be somebody trying to figure out what actually happened up there on the roof. And that really wasn't what this book was. And it's really hard to describe what this book was. I swear, this series is like freaking a soap opera or something. It's so hard to explain. I don't know if any of you out there have read this series. If you know how to explain, please leave it in the comments, because I just don't know how to explain this series. But I'm loving it. And this book was nothing like what I thought it was going to be going in. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a new character in this book that wasn't in the last book. Her name is Calliope, or that's the name she's going by. She is a con artist. Her and her mother are cons, and they come here to find a new mark, pretty much. And Calliope has met Atlas, which is one of the characters from the first book, previously, and she met him on their travels in Africa. And, well, she set her eyes on him to be her next mark. And her mother is looking to con somebody as well. They're all about getting in, pretty much stealing what they can, and then leaving the country. And I really don't know what I can tell you about this book, but I do recommend the series. I loved it. I cannot wait to read the next book, which is The Towering Heights or something like that. But I'm very much looking forward to continuing this, because oh my goodness, this was better than the first book. And this actually completed my O.W.L.s for Potions, which was to read a sequel. And then today, Xander and I also finished Melanie in Manhattan by Carol Weston. I don't know. I give it a 3. It was okay. It's about a little girl named Melanie who's essentially showing people around her hometown of New York City. And then there's also like some friend drama and some boy drama and stuff. It's the life of 11-year-olds. I mean, it was more of a children's book, and Xander did find parts of it interesting. We enjoyed hearing about the different things in New York City, and I was able to tell, you know, Xander, yes, those things really are there, and that yes, you can go up to the observation deck of the Empire State Building, and just all of these things that were mentioned in here. I mean, we enjoyed it, but it wasn't like gripping, or it wasn't even at a middle grade level, but we did enjoy it. It was cute. And this completed my OWL for History of Magic, which was to read a book that's over 10 years old. And this book came out in 2005. So it's 14 years old. Okay, so that's it as far as my reading goes. Well, actually, Marty and I continued listening to The Diviners. I don't know where the book is to tell you like what page I'm on at this point, but we are at 20% and very much enjoying it so far. I love Libba Bray. I think she is such a rock star. She's just, I get so sucked into her stories. Okay, also I got some fun book mail today. Yay, book mail! Okay, so what was in here was Where the Stars Still Shine by Trish Doller. And this was a book that I ordered from Amazon. And it's actually a used copy, but it's in very good condition. This says, what if you found out that the only life you've ever known was a complete lie? Stolen as a child from her family and on the run with her mom for more than 10 years, Callie has only the barest idea of what normal life might be like. But after Callie's mom is finally arrested for kidnapping her and Callie's real dad whisks her back to what would have been her life, she must find a way to leave the past behind. She must learn to be part of a family, and she must believe that love is more than just a possibility. By turns heartbreaking and hopeful, this sweet and sexy romance offers a whole new take on happily ever after. And then I also have this one, which I think I know what this is. This may be a book that I pre-ordered forever ago. It is. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's O.W.L.s and the Song of Death. This is the sequel to O.W.L.s and the End of Time by Roshani Chachki. Blue with almost like a light blue font. So O.W.L.s and the End of Time is about a girl named O.W.L.s. Well, this whole thing is based on like Hindu mythology and folklore. And O.W.L.s, she lives in a museum that her mother runs. And well, she kind of mistakenly awakens like the god of death or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. She was dared to do it to prove she wasn't lying because she has a tendency to tell stories, and got busted. And so she took this dare. She ended up waking up the god of death. And well, the rest of the book is her trying to put back right what's gotten all kinds of messed up because of what she did. Turns out she is one of the Pandava sisters. Apparently they've always been brothers in the past, but turns out they are sisters in this generation or whatever. She found one sister at the beginning of O.W.L.s and the End of Time, and another kind of came to be towards the end. And so I think we're going to get to see a lot more of her in this book here. And Xander and I just really enjoyed the first book. And as soon as we finished, we pre-ordered this one. So I'm really looking forward to us reading this. Though it'll probably have to wait until he's come back from the summer with his grandparents. Because we have another book that we're going to be reading for May. And that's pretty much going to take us, I think, the whole time until he goes. And he goes around the end of May to his grandparents' house. So this will just have to wait for now. Also, I thought I'd show you all my super cute little succulent garden I got today. I actually got it from the grocery store. But how cute is this? I was like, we should name him Larry, Moe, and Curly. Oh, I think they're so cute. It was either this or an aloe plant. Okay, so Marty and I have gotten these apps. He got it first, and I just thought it was such a cool idea. It's called Level Up Life, and it's so funny. So right now I am level 2. And it tells you like your strength, culture, environment, charisma, talent, intellect. And Well, you earn experience for doing different things. This is not sponsored or anything, by the way. I just thought this was such a cool app. So you have all these different goals for different categories like arts and creativity, career and finances, fitness and health, food and cooking, fun, household and DIY, humanity, mental, outdoors, reading, school and learning, social, and travel. And so you can click on them and each thing shows you different stuff that you can do to earn experience points and also raise your things like culture or talent or charisma or whatever. And you unlock new challenges that you can do as you level up. So for example, there's a daily thing for reading that you can do. It says read at least one chapter of a book. That's kind of easy for me. Then when I unlocked level 2, I got read about somebody that inspires you. Plus there's all these different books that if you read you get experience points for, like read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, read Lord of the Flies by William Golding, and on and on and on. There's a whole bunch of them. Fitness and health, one of the things was exercise for 15 minutes. So I got Marty and I to, well, and Xander, we all went walking around the neighborhood today. So got that one done, which also took care of another one that said spend some time outdoors. There's fun things like go stargazing and find the constellations, or play a board game or a card game, and just different things like that. And I thought this was just such a fun little app. And so I am currently level 2. One of my challenges was like, I guess an environment one or whatever. And it said to get a house plant and try not to kill it. So I got a succulent because they're hard to kill. That's where that whole thing kind of tied together. Anyway, I'm up really late because I've been editing. I'm waiting for the first round of saving my reading vlog to finish saving. And then I have to do a little bit more editing to it. And then I can finally get it uploaded and stuff. And I think I'm also going to get a little bit of cleaning my kitchen done while I'm up. I told Marty, I said, I'm not getting any sleep tonight. Because I got so much stuff I'm trying to get done. And I don't have enough time. There's never enough time. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. So it's about 10 o'clock on Wednesday, May 1st. Yay, May. I'm excited. I'm totally a kid when it comes to my birthday, and I'm like, it's May, which means it's my birthday month. Even though it's still like a week away, I'm still excited because, I don't know, I love my birthday. Anyway, I thought I would check in with you and let you know how my reading's gone today. So I started Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley. It's about a girl who, she was getting ready to move away. She left a note for the boy that she liked in this book that he was sure to see. And she left a note telling him to go look in that book, telling him how she felt. And maybe he didn't get the note or what, but he didn't respond. And she moved away. And now it's years later. Her brother's passed away and she's being forced to move back to her hometown and face this boy. And right now I'm on page 69, so just getting started really. Don't know anything more than that. That's pretty much what the little book flap will tell you. But there is, what the crap? Pearl. Hey! How are you? Okay, so it's like an hour later. I got a phone call out of the blue. One of my past exchange students, she was my second exchange student, a girl from Thailand. Her name is Pearl. She called me, she was FaceTiming me. And so I had to stop everything and talk to her. I think I was talking about Words in Deep Blue. I'm currently on page 69 of this, just really getting started. Marty and I listened to just a tiny bit more of the Diviners. I think just a couple more pages. And we're on page 87 of this. Loving this story. Loving the narrator too, because we're listening to the audiobook of this. It's fabulous. And Xander and I started reading Keeper of the Lost Cities today by Shannon Messenger. And we're on page 25 of this. I have this all split up so that we can ensure that we finish this by the, I was going to say by the end of May, but really by the time he has to leave to go to his grandparents' house for the summer. So there's that. And oh my gosh, it was so lovely getting to talk to Pearl. I love her. She is an absolute doll. And she was telling me that she is planning on coming back to the United States this summer to do some kind of work study program thing in Michigan. And she'll be arriving in Chicago before going on to Michigan the same day that I'm arriving in New York City for BEA and BookCon. And her work study thing runs from like June 1st to August 9th. So she's talking about possibly coming down to Chattanooga and spending a few days with us before going back to Thailand. And I'm like, yay, that'd be awesome. I also got a package today. This is a stainless steel tumbler from AMP. Let me open this up. Okay, this sucker is huge. So, it's a little dusty, but it looks like this. It has the AMP logo on it. And we got a clear top here. Ooh. Not really sure what that's for. Maybe it's for pulling the top off. This is all very dusty. I'll have to clean this really well. But this thing's supposed to hold like 30 ounces. It's huge. Okay, so I had to move the camera so I could see my computer screen. So this company reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in receiving this for free to review. So I thought once I got it, I could kind of try it out each day during my reading vlog and see if it actually holds up to all of the things that they claim it's supposed to be able to do. And let you know at the end of the reading vlog what I thought of it. And I'll put a link to this product down in the description if you are interested in getting one of these for yourself. They are currently $25.90 on Amazon. And here's what it says that this can do. It says it keeps hot and cold drinks the perfect temperature, from piping hot tea and coffee to frosty beer and ice cold water. Our double wall tumbler maintains cold drinks for 48 hours and hot drinks for 24 hours. So we're definitely going to test that out. Leak resistant design with its shatterproof, highly secure lid and heavy duty rubber stopper, you can tip this tumbler over without worrying about spills. And yeah, it really, oh, that's what this is. Okay, I think this is, so this just plugs in there and stops the drink from being able to come out. That's pretty cool. Looks like my battery's gonna die. Hold on a second. Sorry if there was an angle change, but let's get back to this. So it says, fits most car cup holders, durable and non-toxic. Our travel mug is made of tough food grade, sweat resistant, 18/8 stainless steel that stands up to life's hard knocks. BPA free for your peace of mind. Sleek design with its striking metal finish, this tumbler looks anything but cheap. Holds a full 30 ounces of liquid, others just hold 20. Makes a great gift for the professional or student. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. We're confident you'll love bringing this tumbler to the office, class, or around town. But if you're not happy, let us know and they'll promptly make it right. Well, it does actually feel nice in the hand. Even though it's quite wide up here, it is nice and small and easy to grip down here. So we will just try this out this week and see how we like it. All right, so now I've decided, well, Originally, I was going to go and do some pampering stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now because it's so much later after talking with Pearl. Well, I still want to stay up and watch a little YouTube, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. So I've got a few things that I either got in subscription boxes or purchased myself recently that I would like to try out today. So we're going to do the Pharmacy Clean Bee Ultra Gentle Facial Cleanser. And then I'm going to try out this It Confidence in a Cream Transforming Moisturizing Super Cream. Though I'll save this probably for later. Before that, I'll do this I don't know if I'm saying that right, Luminous Dewy Skin Mask. It's like a sheet mask. And I got this thing for my feet, Changing Magic Foot Peeling Shoes. It's supposed to make all of the dead skin like fall off your feet or something like that. Anyway, I thought now would be a perfect time to do that. Do all this. I got some laundry going. I want to watch a little bit of YouTube. And then I'll head to bed. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to go and pamper this face. And I'll just talk to you tomorrow. Okay, so it is 10 a.m. on Thursday, May 2nd. And I just filled this up with some ice water. So I put ice in it up to here and then filled the rest up with water. And I've got it plugged. I'm nervous. I'm gonna try to turn it upside down and it says it's not supposed to leak. Please don't leak all over me. Oh, okay. Okay, so it doesn't leak around the lid. It doesn't leak where it's plugged. But there is a tiny little hole right here for, so you can actually drink it so the air flows. So if it does tilt enough for this to like have the water, it will come out. But I plan on setting this here. It's going to be in the sun. And it's going to stay in the sun essentially for 2 days because it says it can keep drinks cold for 48 hours. So not Friday morning, but Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Saturday morning, we'll see if this is still cold. And then if it is, we'll dump it out and we'll put something hot in it, like coffee. And then we'll let it stay in there until Sunday morning. And we'll see if it's still hot come Sunday morning. A thorough test. Okay, I am gonna take a little sip of this though. Plug it back up. Stick it here in the sun next to my little succulent garden. All right, I have lots of stuff to do today. I haven't read any more since I checked in last night because it was late when I checked in. But I've got lots of reading that I need to do, and I have a very fun couple of videos that I plan on doing today. One I'm so excited for. It's my next extreme hair makeover. Yay! This one is book edition. Okay, I'm gonna go for now and I will check in with you probably after I get my hair did. Okay, bye. Okay, so I am here at Ulta. Becca's waiting there in front for me. She's gonna hang out with me while I get my hair done. So I'm a little bit nervous because the lady that has been doing my hair has retired, and so now I'm gonna have to have somebody new do it. Fingers crossed all goes well today. Wish me luck. I look really crazy. Becca said I look like the Barbie doll that's only got like patches. What's her name?
Cynthia from Rugrats.
Cynthia from Rugrats? No, that's a little girl.
No, Cynthia's the doll.
Oh. You know who I think of? I think of the, in Toy Story, the thing that's like the doll head with the spider body. And she's just got like little pieces of hair stuck up. That's what I picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Becca says I look like Cynthia from Rugrats.
Oh, I'm done. No.
Do I look crazy? A little bit, yeah. I still see blonde.
Yeah, because it's not done yet. I had to go get more dye. I had to go get more.
I look so crazy. I'm back. Oh my gosh. Look. What do y'all think? Orange, pink, purple. Ah. It's fun. I like it. So this was my Extreme Hair Makeover book cover edition where I was matching The Sun Is Also a Star because I really enjoyed reading that book recently, and I know that the movie is coming out this month, and so I thought it would be fun to get my hair to match the same colors as on the book cover, and I'm so digging it. It's a lot of fun. So I've gotten a little bit more reading done, but not a whole lot. I'm actually going to go and lay down with Marty for a little while, and we're going to listen to a little bit more of the Diviners, and I will just check in with you tomorrow and let you know how our reading's gone. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow. So it's currently a little after 2 on a Saturday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And I forgot to, well, I didn't really forget to check in last night. I just didn't because I went over to my friend Donna's house and hung out most of the night. But I did want to let you know that yesterday I checked on our little tumbler here, and all the ice was melted, but the drink was still cold. And after that, you know, we made sure that it kind of stayed out of the sun. And this morning it was just like room temperature. It's not cold, it's not hot. So I don't know that it really held up to the 48 hours, but I mean, it stayed cool for at least 24 hours, which is pretty impressive, I think. And one of the things that I think is really, really cool about it is it never got like the condensation or the sweat or whatever on the outside, which is great because that makes things like super slippery. And this didn't do that. Okay, so now I'm going to go and empty this out and fill it up with some hot coffee. And we'll see if tomorrow, this time, it's still hot because it's supposed to keep hot drinks hot for 24 hours. So we'll see if that holds up. But let me tell you a little bit about my reading. So Marty and I continued with the Diviners, and we're currently right here. So close to halfway, I think. We're on page 233 of this. Also, I just want to add that this book is so good. I am loving it. I haven't found any issues that with this book at all. I'm loving it so much. Also, I've continued with Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley, and I'm on page 108 of this. So not quite halfway, but a little over a third. So right there. And it's okay. I don't know, it's not blowing me away. I'm not hating it. I'm moving through it kind of slow because, I don't know, it's not like this. I hate putting this down. I'm thinking about this book when I'm not reading this book. This book I sometimes forget about. But it's not bad, it's just, eh. And Xander and I are behind on Keeper of the Lost Cities. Friday night he ended up going to bed super early, and then last night we were over at my friend Donna's house and he was playing with Donna's son David, and we didn't get home until really late, so we didn't do any reading last night. So we've got to play catch up today, which is going to be fun. Also, I just got out of the shower. My hair's all wet because I have lots of filming to do today. I need to film 3 different videos. One of them that I'm hoping to do is the birthday book tag One of the videos is a fun little announcement video that will be uploaded later this month, and I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I guess I'm gonna go for now and blow dry and straighten my hair and figure out what kind of makeup I can do to go with this hair. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. So it's like 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, May 5th. And I don't know why I waited until so late to film this. And I had already taken off all my makeup and stuff because I had on makeup today. It was really cool. Like my eyeshadow I did to match my hair color, which was really fun. And I had purple lips. But I took all that off earlier. But I filmed 3 videos today. And that took forever. And I got a little bit of reading done. Marty and we continued reading The Diviners for a little while we were getting dinner ready. So we're currently on page 263 of this. About halfway. I have read a little more of Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley. And I'm making my way through this. I am currently on page 192. So I only have like this much left. And Xander and I didn't get caught up to where we're supposed to be, but we did get some reading done of Keeper of the Lost Cities. We are currently on page 49 of this. And I'm supposed to be buddy reading. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. I'm supposed to be buddy reading Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. And we're supposed to start today reading a chapter a day. But I didn't get my chapter read. I thought I'd also let y'all know. I didn't end up putting coffee in here. I ended up putting like scalding hot water because I figured, you know, why waste coffee if it's just going to be sitting there all day. So I put in here scalding hot water. And I just took a drink of it to see, you know, how it would be. Because it's been sitting there on my desk for about 12 hours and it's not hot. It's ever so slightly warmer than room temperature. It's like lukewarm. So it didn't do the 48 hours. It didn't even make it 12 hours of still being hot. And I got that like boiling hot water because I thought, you know, that would let it last as long as possible, the hotter I could make it. But it definitely didn't make it for 24 hours. But I mean, it didn't quite hold up to what it said it would do. But it did stay cool for a good bit of time. And I know that it was warm probably for a few hours at least. Definitely not 24 hours. But I still like it. And I really like that it doesn't get any condensation on the outside. Because I want to put stickers and stuff on here to decorate it and make it all cute. And that wouldn't work if, you know, condensation was getting on it. Alright, I'm going to go to bed and I will just talk to you tomorrow.
Do you have any thoughts on what they are?
I have a thought.
What?
Not going to say.
Okay.
Nope.
Books and books.
Nope.
Anybody else have a guess?
Books don't rattle.
I mean, if they're small.
Okay.
No, I have no idea.
I think it's a box.
Is it a human person?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Here.
Is
No,
it a GoPro?
that would have breathe protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so cool. Thank you.
So what's on the other thing?
I think I know what this is too.
Don't say it.
Oh wait, there's something else in here.
You have to have something to store the stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that would be enough memory for you.
You got a little hat, helmet.
Yeah! Awesome! Woohoo! It does have like a little helmet thingy
Let's see. We got a little
and a
tripod.
chest strap.
Chest straps are fucking
Yes.
cool.
Well, I guess it shows you O.W.L.s.
Yay!
Here you go.
Marty wanted me to open these birthday presents early, so yay! Fun. Thank you.
Welcome.
It's like 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, May 6th, and I didn't end up wrapping up this vlog last night because I was just so tired. But I wanted to come and do a quick little wrap up and tell you everything that I read for the week and tell you what I thought of each of them. So to start off, I finished my O.W.L.s because the beginning of this week was still April, so I still had some time to work on O.W.L.s. So I think I finished both of these on Tuesday. I may have finished one on Monday and the other on Tuesday, but either way. I finished The Dazzling Heights by Katherine McGee, which was for my potions, which was to read a sequel. And I actually gave this 5 stars, but it's so hard to explain this book. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like a soap opera. They live in this massive tower. The entire city is in this one giant building, and I think they're called mega scrapers or mega skyscrapers or something like that. But there's literally 1,000 floors, and the lower floors are more poverty stricken floors, all the way up to the 1,000th floor, which is, I think, the creator of these towers. You know, he's like the richest person and everything. And it's all about, well, their society. And this is the tower that's in Manhattan. And the first book starts out with a girl falling from the roof of the 1,000th floor. And then the book continues on, kind of telling how we got to that point. And it ended with the funeral and somebody saying they were going to find out how this happened, like what happened. And that's kind of what I expected this book to be all about, was this person investigating what happened and finding the truth, because there was a bit of a cover-up. But this book didn't really delve into that. It was just like all these different people continuing their lives and what was happening and how people were changing and growing, and, you know, how that event affected everybody. But there was some behind the scenes things going on that you didn't learn about until the end. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And I'm really excited to get to the 3rd book at some point. And then the last book that I finished was Melanie in Manhattan by Carol Weston. This was my history of magic, which was to read a book published at least 10 years ago. And I gave this 3 stars. This really was more of a children's book. I thought it was going to be more middle grade, but it was fine. It was a cute story. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. And oh, I got some sad news yesterday when somebody commented on my reading vlog from when I was reading this earlier, because I started this last week and then I finished it at the beginning of this week. But they told me that the Toys R Us in Times Square is no longer there, and I was just like, oh, I'm so sad, because it's mentioned in this book. It's something that I always thought was really, really cool. And I mean, I knew like the toy store, the Toys R Us here had closed and others had closed, but I didn't realize that that one had closed too. And I like Googled it and everything, and I found out that the Ferris wheel was donated to this village in Orlando, Florida, that's like a place for severely sick children and their families, like fatally ill children and their families, so that they can go and do like the theme parks and that kind of thing. And the Ferris wheel was turned into floats for a parade at the beginning of this little season, like the Christmas season every year. And so that was sweet. And then I saw that the Toys R Us building is now a Gap, which was kind of like, It's hard to imagine that being, you know, that cool toy store with the Ferris wheel being replaced with the Gap. But whatever. Anyway, this book was okay. It's about a girl who has a friend from Spain come and visit, and her family show them around New York and show them all the touristy sites. And being a New Yorker herself, she doesn't normally see these things because it's just there and they don't normally just go and visit them. So it was interesting for her to get to see some of the touristy things, and also it was interesting for her to see the things that her friend thought were so cool that she never even noticed, really. Like the subway. And if I didn't say it, I gave that 3 stars. So that completed all 12 owls. Yay! And then I started reading a gazillion other things all at the same time. So I'm currently buddy reading Flowers in the Attic. I started this, well, I was supposed to start it the day before yesterday, but I actually ended up starting and catching up yesterday. We're reading a chapter a day. So yesterday I read the prologue and chapter 1. Well, I listened to the audiobook. So I'm currently at 9% on the audiobook. And I just have to say, this is a terrible quality audiobook. I don't recommend the audiobook for this at all. But the only reason I'm listening to the audiobook is because I can't find my physical book. It's still packed. And I have so many freaking boxes of books that I'm not going to dig through every single box to find it. Eventually I'll get to it. So yes, I'm at 9% on that. And then I also read Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley. I started and finished this book this week, and I gave this 3 stars. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. I didn't like all of the aspects of it. Like, I didn't like what happened with the bookstore. I definitely didn't like the male love interest, Henry. This goes back and forth between perspectives between Rachel and Henry, and I liked Rachel, but Henry, I really didn't care much for him. I thought he really didn't deserve Rachel, in my opinion. But all in all, it was a good story. It's about a girl Rachel, who has been in love with her best friend for like ever. His name's Henry. And she tries to tell him that she loves him when they do like a last day of the world, like end of the world kind of thing. And he ends up blowing her off for this girl named Amy, who he keeps going back to over and over again. And she moves the next day and leaves this letter for him. In the bookstore where he works, they have a letter library. It's this room where they have all these books where people can write notes in the books. They can like underline things, highlight things. They can leave letters to each other. A lot of people leave letters between pages. And she left him this letter telling him all her feelings. Well, he never responds to this letter, and she is really hurt by this and thinks, okay, he doesn't feel the same way. So she kind of distances herself from him, and she's gone for 3 years, and they kind of like lose touch. During this time, her brother dies. He drowns. And then she's forced to go back to her hometown, and she doesn't want to tell anybody what happened to her brother, and she doesn't want to have to face Henry. And Henry's still stuck in this cycle of going back to this girl over and over again, Amy, who drops him for somebody else constantly and then wants him back anytime he gets involved with somebody else. And he's just too dumb to realize that she's not good for him. So that's really what this book is all about. And like I said, it was good. It was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. So I give it a 3. 2 other books that I started this week but haven't finished yet is The Diviners by Libba Bray. Currently on page 263 of this. I'm listening to the audiobook of this with Marty, and I am absolutely loving this book. It is so good, and I can't wait to continue reading it and like going through the rest of the series because this is so good. At this point, if I had to give a rating, which I mean I don't really want to rate it because I'm only halfway through it, but it's very much looking like a 5-star book to me. It's set in the 1920s in New York City, and it's about a girl named Evie who has gotten into some trouble back home in Ohio, and she has to go live with her uncle in New York City, which she thinks is the most amazing thing ever. And he works in this museum of creepy crawly things. It's like mystery and folklore or something like that. And he is a professor and seems to be an expert on like the occult and that kind of thing. And then these murders start happening, and the police bring him in on this because he's, you know, an expert in the occult, and there's like occult markings on these bodies, and each body has a different missing body part, like eyes or hands or feet or things like that. And Evie has a supernatural power of her own and thinks that maybe she can help use her power to help find the killer. And oh, it's so good. Xander and I are reading Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger, and we are behind on where we're supposed to be at this point, but we are on page 70 of this, so right here, though at this point we're supposed to be on page 100, so we're a little bit behind, but I'm enjoying that. It's a really cute story. It's about a girl who has been a telepath her whole life, or since she was 5, and she's like 12 years old and a high school senior, I believe. Super smart, photographic memory, and telepath, and never quite really fit in anywhere, even at home. And well, it turns out she doesn't fit in because she's not from there. And she meets a boy named Fitz who informs her that this is why she doesn't fit in, because she's not from there and she doesn't belong there. And he shows her where she's from. And that's really what I know from both the synopsis and the first 70 pages. Though at this point I do know where she's from. So it's interesting. And I think Xander's really enjoying it. He doesn't want me to stop reading anytime it's time for us to stop. So that's always a good sign. So as you saw earlier, Marty gave me my birthday present from him early. He has to work on my birthday, so he wanted to go ahead and like give me my present so I didn't have to wait until the end of the day on my birthday to open it. And I got a cool GoPro and I can't wait to play with it. I wish I had it yesterday when we went for the walk, that I filmed a little bit with this camera when we went for the walk, but I wish I had had it like strapped to my head yesterday, because while we were walking, unfortunately I didn't have my camera on it this time, a bald eagle flew over us. It was really cool. And I was like, oh man, if I had had that strapped to my head when I looked at it, everybody would have seen. It was really cool. But I had it home charging while we were out for our walk. But I'm so excited to have that now, because things like the carnival or scuba diving and all kinds of stuff is going to be a completely different perspective now, because I have this GoPro camera and I'm excited. I think that's really it for this week. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'm so excited. Also, apparently yesterday Scallywagathon started. I didn't realize that. I thought it started today, so I'm behind on that. So I need to get to reading for that. But I did want to go ahead and tell you my Scallywagathon TBR because I'm not going to do a separate video for that because I just don't have time. So Scallywagathon has like a little map that you can go to different options and like kind of choose your own adventure type thing where you like pick your path and you choose one number and then that goes off. You can go this way or this way and do these different things to get to a certain point. I'll put the map up here if I can, but I've got written down what challenges I'm going to do and what I'm going to read for them. So I'm going to start out with number 2, which is extraterrestrial. It says to read a genre you don't normally read. And for that, I'm going to pick a historical novel because I don't normally read those. It's not that I don't like them, it's just I don't normally read them. And for that, I'm going to read The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I'm going to listen to the audiobook for that because I don't know where the physical book is at this point. From number 2, you can choose to go to either 6 or 7, and I'm going to go to number 6, which is Ahoy Hearties. Read a book featuring a group of friends, and for that I'm going to read The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sagar, because this is about a group of friends that goes missing from a camp. So that's what I'm going to read for this one. From 6, you can either go to A or B, and I decided to go to A, which is Escape Route, and that is to read a book involving travel, and for that I'm going to read The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is all about Magnus and Alex trip through Europe, and it hits multiple places in Europe like Paris and Venice. So this involves travel and I'm dying to read this book. So that is what I'm going to read for this one. And then from A, the only option you can go is number 9, which is Lost in Space. And that is a book chosen by someone else. So I showed Marty a couple of books and asked him which one I should read. And he chose Please Ignore Vera Diets by A.S. King. He literally just picked it based on the cover. So this is what I'm reading for that. So that is my Scallywagathon TBR and my reading vlog for the week. I almost forgot to add the results from the vote for the new kitty's name between Katniss and Elsa. So here we go. 21-7, Katniss wins. 75% of people voted for Katniss. So it looks like our fluffy new kitty's name is Katniss. Yay! Katniss is a lot of cuteness. I love her. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you.